Hi, I'm Georgia Williams with the Investing News Network, and we're here at the PDAC conference in Toronto. Joining me today is Don Bubar, President and CEO of Avalon Advanced Materials. Thank you for joining us today.
Delighted to be here.
Congratulations on winning the PDAC award.
Thank you very much. It's always nice to get that kind of recognition, and I think we've made a tremendous amount of progress as an association on finding ways to encourage more Indigenous participation in our industry.
Most definitely. How has Q1 2019 played out for Avalon?
Well, we've got all three of our projects that you see behind us here moving forward steadily, hoping to get one of them in production within the next year or two.
Avalon signed a binding term sheet with Australian company Cheetah Resources to develop two zones in the Nachalacho property in the Northwest Territories. Can you tell us more about this project?
Yes, well, Nachalacho has been one of our main projects for over 10 years now. We were one of the early movers during the first wave of interest in rare earths there about 8 to 10 years ago. And we almost got that project off the ground, and took it all the way through feasibility, and then of course the bubble burst in 2012 time frame. So we've been sort of waiting for another opportunity for that demand to come back, and we knew it would happen sometime, because that supply chain on rare earths never did get created in any real meaningful way outside of China. And now, thanks to this new demand for electric vehicles and electric motors that are enabled by rare earth magnets, we're seeing that demand coming back and the opportunity to revisit how we might develop that resource to serve this re-emerging market.
It is a really exciting time for the rare earth sector.
It is, actually, and we're seeing at that project an opportunity to take advantage of some new process technology to create a much simpler, easier way to extract the rare earth mineral and create a derivative product to serve the market using ore sorting, laser-based sensor ore sorting technology. Keep it small and simple to start, get operation going, start serving a market, and then look at how to scale up the business over time as the demand continues to grow, which we all know it will do.
Right. And is that how you're expecting the rest of the year to play out, with increased demand and sort of the projects coming into fruition?
Yes. And when we announced that we were looking at that type of model, we attracted the interest of this group from Australia, Cheetah Resources, and it turned out they were thinking the same thing as the way to approach getting back into the rare earth business. And they were looking at other projects and saw our announcement and called me up and said, "Why don't we get together on this?" I said, "Sure." Seems like we're like-minded. Let's see if we can work together.
It's very exciting. Now, switching gears a little bit, you are the 2019 PDAC winner of this year's Distinguished Service Award. Congratulations. And could you tell us a little bit about winning that honor?
Well, it has to do with initiating the whole effort around bringing Indigenous peoples more into the industry. So it started in 2004, 15 years ago, when the duty to consult had been confirmed by the Supreme Court decision there. And what was happening was it was bringing mineral exploration companies and communities into conflict. And that was surfacing on the board of the PDAC, which I had just joined at that time, and trying to decide what to do. And I said, well, we've got to take a neutral path here and try to create ways to maintain dialogue between the communities. And after that, I guess the leadership was inspired by that and asked me to start a committee in Aboriginal Affairs. And I did that, brought in Chief Glenn Nolan to help me with it. And it's been growing in terms of the impact it's had on creating awareness in communities ever since. And if you walk around the convention floor here, you'll see lots of evidence of that in terms of the whole program geared for Indigenous people and lots of self-identified members of First Nations here at the convention.
That really is amazing.
So I'm delighted to get recognition, but more delighted that we're really making progress now towards achieving our goal of increased direct participation of Indigenous people in our industry. Because my vision is they are the future leaders of the mineral development industry in Canada.
Most definitely. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about Avalon, or would you like to share with potential investors?
Well, we're not one-trick pony when it comes to resources.
Right.
We have a number of projects on the go, and probably our closest entry into getting into production is our East Kempful Tin project, where we're looking at an opportunity to redevelop a brownfield site with a model on how we're going to extract value out of the waste materials that were left behind that have created a long-term liability, clean up the liability and make money while we do it. And then our lithium project is looking like it could get going pretty soon too. Of course, everyone knows how much interest there is in lithium, and right now we have an opportunity to get it going to serve another market in lithium that has been forgotten about, which is lithium is a very key ingredient in high-strength thermal shock-resistant glass products. And that market's still growing too, and struggling to find supplies of the right lithium feedstock because of all the new demand for lithium from the battery industry. And our resource has a mineral called pedalite that has always been a preferred industrial mineral source of lithium to introduce it into a glass batch to bring the lithium into that formulation. So we've got a really good opportunity now to get it into production to serve that market, and then we'll see how we can grow that business from there.
That's really fascinating. Thank you so much for your time, Don.
My pleasure.